Are sales starting to slow down? And who's actually buying in this market? On this month's episode, I'm going to answer those two big questions. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm going to start off this month's episode how I do every month, and that is breaking down where we are today. So in the last 30 days, the last month, we have seen 1,808 homes actually come on the market, new inventory. Well, we only saw 1,590 homes actually close and go completely off market, and only 1,458 homes actually go pending and into escrow. So this is the first month in the last 4 of this year that we've seen more inventory come on the market than actually homes sell. So that is the first indicator that home sales are slowing. Second indicator, sure enough, our pending sales are down month over month. Third indicator, boots on the ground experience. We are seeing less activity on majority of our listings, not all of them. It's very dependent on the area. However, we are starting to see sales seem like they are slowing down. Now, I don't know if this is strictly from what's going on in the world or strictly from what we've seen interest rates do, but I have a feeling it has to do with both of them. All right, guys, so what is going on with interest rates right now? We just saw interest rates hit the highest point that it's seen all year. We're above 6.65%, mainly driven by what's going on in the bond market. At least our recent adjustment is what's going on in the bond market. Sure enough, we saw a big bond sell-off. Majority of that being related to inflation worries and inflation problems that we're seeing from what's going on overseas with oil. Now, on the flip side, we're seeing lenders and banks adjust or make their predictions for what's going to happen with mortgage rates in the near future, meaning what do they think the Fed is going to do? Nobody is projecting that the Fed will increase rates at this point. We just haven't seen the inflation numbers come out that bad to see them wanting to increase them. But we are seeing a 70% chance that come June for the next Fed meeting that the Federal Reserve will leave interest rates where they are. I would love to see them lower them. I think that'll spark a lot more activity in the real estate market and in the economy. And I'm actually hopeful that we will see them at least take 0.25% off the federal rate. And that should show some confidence to the market. And we could see the bond market improve, which would cause interest rates to maybe drop down into that 6% range, maybe even back down to what we saw in February into that high 5 range. So who is buying real estate right now, right? Sure enough, it is our wealthier demographic that's buying. Why can I say that? First and foremost, I see it boots on the ground experience. Our coastal product, our larger homes, our really high-end renovation properties, those ones are moving. Also, when we look at the stats, sure enough, we saw the biggest increase percentage-wise in homes that went pending are $5 million plus homes. Second thing with square footage, our biggest increase are those homes about 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. Those are typically larger homes here in San Diego. So that shows us that the wealthier demographic is putting money into real estate. I know from being a real estate investor that when times get, I don't want to say tough, but when there's uncertainty in the market, sure enough, one of the safest places to go with your money is real estate. Also, it's a lot easier or more affordable at a 6.5% interest rate when you're putting a large amount down. So first-time home buyers that want to get away with a 3% down payment or 5 or 10%, they're taking out a larger loan amount that they can afford, which obviously equals a higher monthly mortgage payment. So the wealthy are the ones that are doing majority of the transactions right now. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with my buyer and seller advice for the month of May. If you are a seller out there, you have to make your property look phenomenal. I can't stress this enough. Sure, if you're on the coast and you have walkability, and you have square footage and maybe an ocean view, you're going to get interest, right? Those are in high demand properties, or areas. But if you're a little bit inland, you got to make your place show well. It's got to be move-in ready. You got to make the landscaping and the first appearance that people are going to have on that property. It's got to be a showstopper. So take the time, do the preparation, because that matters right now. There's just not that many buyers out there. So every opportunity you get to get a buyer in there, you got to impress them. For my buyer clients out there, don't write off the properties that have been sitting on the market for a little bit. Sure enough, we're just seeing less sales happen right now. So there's gonna be some inventory that sits. Look at that inventory, see if it works for you. Take into account doing some renovations. A lot of buyers right now, they just pass on properties that aren't renovated. Take into account, hey, what would it cost me to renovate this home? And I'll tell you right now, construction costs, sure, it's high compared to 5 years ago. However, labor's readily available. You can shop around and negotiate with some laborers right now, and you can do a nice renovation and get good materials at a decent price right now. So consider those properties that may have been sitting that need a little bit of work. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to myself or somebody here on the True Local team. Take care.